We're getting ready to watch the Monkees on TV, and I want to welcome to the program Mickey Dolenz. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, great. How you doing?
Just absolutely wonderful. It is a pleasure to be able to talk to you. I mean, a little piece of our growing up was the Monkees. Have you ever found that to be a lot of pressure on you over all these decades that you carry that kind of weight on your shoulders?
Well, I probably don't think about it like that, or I'd probably fall over. But I do believe that you do have this sort of unspoken contract with an audience, especially when you're performing live, that you have to deliver, sort of what they're expecting. Mike Nesmith actually has a good way of putting it. These songs and this thing doesn't belong to us anymore. It belongs to you. It belongs to them, and you have to respect that.
Now, you, the drummer in the band, also the singer, and at a young age, I didn't know who was singing what on all the different songs. But you are the vocalist on probably the biggest hit, which was "I'm a Believer."
Yep, that was me, and I did that long before Shrek.
Well, let's back up real quick and talk about the Monkees. How did you guys all come about? A lot of people say, "Oh, you're just actors that you're picked off the street and put into this TV show." Were you true musicians prior to the TV show? I mean, how did it all formulate?
Well, it was a pilot for a television show called The Monkees about this band that wanted to be the Beatles. There was 2 or 3 other pilots that year, music shows that did not get on the air. But the audition process for the Monkees was very extensive, a lot like doing auditions for musical theater, which I've done a lot of recently. You had to be able to act, you had to be able to sing, you had to be able to play an instrument. My audition piece was Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry, one of the songs that's on my new CD, Remember. And so they clearly had in mind that this was going to be the real deal.
Right.
Because like I say, the audition process was extensive. It went on for weeks. The short answer here is that the closest thing that I've seen come along recently that has the same sort of paradigm as the Monkees would be Glee, which is a television show about an imaginary glee club that wants to be successful and famous, and they have their adventures. But they can actually all do it. They can act and sing and dance and perform, and I understand they even go out and do concerts.
Well, it's interesting.
That's the short version of what the Monkees was all about. Of course, we did it 45 years ago.
Yeah, and that's something our young audience listening this morning, going, okay, who are these Monkee guys? And I was surprised the people I talked to. The age demographic is a lot younger that know who the Monkees are and know your music and your TV show than what I thought. But the real young audience, I guess that would be the relationship. For those that hang and look for Glee every week. That's what the Monkees were to so many different people. Now, you've got a new album out, and it's called Remember. This was getting finished up just about the time that we lost Davies. And how did that all settle with you and, in your musical life at that point?
Well, that's a good question. The Davies' passing caught us all off guard, caught us by surprise. Certainly didn't expect that. Yes, I was finishing up putting the final touches and the mixing and mastering on this. It's quite ironic that it's called Remember. It was tough. He was like such a good friend. It was beyond that. He was like a sibling. After 45 years, you spend that much time with somebody, and it becomes like a brother. So it's like losing a sibling. And then the CD, Remember, comes out, and I've dedicated it to him in the back of the CD. It's been tough, and going on tour without him is going to be kind of strange, too, but we'll see how that goes.
Let me ask you about the album, Remember. You've got some new stuff on there that you wrote, the title, Remember, but you've also got some covers. And is it true, because I haven't had a chance to listen to any of the examples here, do you have a country cover of I'm a Believer, or at least a country version of that?
Yeah, I do. I'll tell you briefly what the album is. It Remember is the title track, and it's actually written by my good friend, the late Harry Nilsson, singer-songwriter. And I was there when he wrote that song, so that's one of the reasons it's on there. And the album is a sort of audio scrapbook of my life, songs that had some sort of a great impact on my life, like Johnny Be Good, which was my audition piece for the Monkees. And then I do a version of Good Morning by the Beatles because I was at that session, the Sgt. Pepper session. So that obviously had an impact on my life. And then I do other songs like The Diary by David Gates. That was offered to me by David, and I didn't do it back then, and he went and did it with Bread. So I've always wanted to do that tune. There's a country tune on there I wrote because my mom was from Austin, Texas, and a lot of songs I've written have had a country kind of feel to them. So that's what the album's about. All these songs have an interesting story behind them, and like I say, sort of an audio scrapbook of my life.
Well, it is interesting to hear you talk about some of the history that's gone on with you and the Monkees, and now the songs that are all together. And they're available right now, is that correct?
Yes. Remember, it is available Amazon, iTunes, and in stores.
Old-fashioned way, if you're old school.
Yeah,
go out to the
stores.
Yeah, go out to the stores and buy one. Mickey, it's a pleasure getting a chance to talk to you, and I hope that at some point I'll be in the audience cheering you on as you're singing your songs, all right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.